No. Gosh. Dad nabbit. Okay. Oh gosh, dude, I was stuck. I was stuck. Okay. I don't know if this will work, but there we go. Simple. That was pretty simple. Witchers don't use those. What are you talking about? Yeah, I eventually just jumped down. It was too hard to aim at him out of the water. Gosh, dad nabbit. Okay. Was there anything else down here, or was it just for the key? Probably just for the key. Alright, fantastic. Let's move on. That wasn't too difficult. It said, it said either look into the depths or peer into the depths. Either way, same thing. And so I just, for some reason, I just figured looking towards the inside. Get that fantasy dungeon feel with the lights and everything. Oh, this doesn't seem sketchy at all. Let's go. This room seems too large and too quiet. Invoice for a golem, issued by Jehuda Lau. Purchaser, Irenaeus Var Steingard. Good purchase, guardian golem, clay or porcelain. Warranty. In the event of damage to the ceramic, please report immediately to the nearest branch of Jehudalo and apprentices. The golem can only be serviced by qualified company personnel. Okay, cool. I knew it. I freaking knew it. Almost made me jump. The random screaming. People need to chill out. I was just about to say, man, what a wasted place for a trap. They could have done better, though. Yeah, I mean, I remember back in whenever this first came out, someone mentioned something about the crossbows. But it was something that I wasn't really familiar with. Oh, is this where I came in at? Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, here's the biggins. Don't know why I'm lighting this, but I bet it looks neat. Dude. I know that there's no one around to keep these things lit, but man, this place looks so cool lit. Yeah. Is there someone in there? Oh, no. No. Okay. They'll see that up there? And... Alright.
No good, no evil, only pain. This is not the end.
Cool.
That's enough of that.
Oh, he was cool. Feline gear. Oh, yeah. Laboratory notebook. Day 1. Luckily, the teleport deposited us directly in my laboratory. It's good to be home. I had grown sick to the gills of that leaky tub. I hope that that storm I summoned smashed it into those croggy rocks off the grassy knoll shore. The experiments which my students conducted on drowners in my absence did not yield the expected results. As usual, I must do everything myself. I will administer a brew of medicinal opium to the subject. This milk of the poppy will keep the Witcher in a state of half-consciousness and thus incapable of any resistance. Oh, uh-oh. No, I must hold off on my planned experiments while I clear up the demolished portion of my laboratory. I have set the bones in the forearm of one of my assistants. I will now administer a quadruple dose of milk of poppy to the Witcher. Day 4. Subject shows incredible resistance to physical torture, only broke after the second day of intense labor. Moderately satisfactory results from the interrogation. Garnered information about Witcher training at the Cat School of Witchers in general. As I suspected, the Cat School of Witchers are for the most part of elven stock. The school must have some tie to the elder races. Addendum, perhaps its founder was a member of the Aeon Sedhi? Subject unfit for further study. I have discontinued his doses of poppy. Day 7. Administered extract of cowbane and hemlock in typical representatives of the human and Ain Sedhi species. Such a mixture provokes paralysis of the peripheral nervous system and eventually of the nerve endings as well. That results in muscular, skeletal, pulmonary, and cardiac paralysis and ultimately death through suffocation. The Witcher is not, however, a typical representative of any species, though the poison did seem to cause some mild irritation. Sick. In his nervous system. Or SIC? His mutated body quickly managed to neutralize the harmful alkaloids. In a matter of hours, all symptoms of the poison I administered have vanished. Day 15. Stinging him with sea wasp toxin did not provoke the expected results. In order to strengthen the toxin's effect, I have poured ethyl alcohol into his wounds. His nervous system seems to be immune. Day 26. Oh my gosh. The subject has been tortured, poisoned, burnt, frozen, starved, and dehydrated, and despite it all, his body continues to function. He eats and drinks by himself, moves about his cell on his own, and is able to articulate simple words. Please drink, don't hurt, stop. Conclusion. As I suspected, the Witcher is a superb energumen. A demon trapped in such an excellently prepared body will become death incarnate. Vengeful wrath made flesh and placed at my command. No one has succeeded in creating a being of such power since the times of Mahalaspin and Alzur. This is a great day for science. Time to begin the incantations. No wonder he used Quinn. I was confused, but I just continued the fight without thinking about it. Wow. That's insane. That's crazy backstory. It's good backstory. So we just killed a cat witcher that had been turned demon. Momentia Florum. To my beloved Y, I still await your kestrel, Istrid of Aed Gwynvale. Let us begin, dear reader, with a riddle. What links a town like Vizima to the proud capital of Temeria or Oxenfurt, a center of learning for all the North? With Aed Gwynvale, a provincial settlement at the end of the known world, nothing, it would seem. After all, each of these places looks, sounds, and even smells different. Their origins, however, are identical. All were founded atop ancient elven cities. The ruins sprawling beneath their streets bear witness to this fact. A tour of Elven monuments is best begun in Vizima, in the city sewers to be precise. A dangerous place to be sure, so it is worth bringing along a well-armed guide. A branch of the sewers leads to the remains of an Ain Sedhi city. One can still admire its masterfully carved plafons, peer into its immaculately polished marble facings, find artifacts discarded by the elder race, and hold ancient tombs that disintegrate in one's hands. Equally impressive monuments of elven culture can be found only in Oxenfurt, as well as somewhere in the wilds of Velen, though I have been unable to verify this information personally. What caused elven civilization to collapse? Plague? Cataclysm? No, dear reader, their destruction was caused by us, by humans. We drove the elves from their cities, and instead of occupying their marvelous palaces, we dismantled them to build our meager and crooked huts. All that remains is that which we covered in debris and sludge, and then wiped from our memories for centuries. Oh, that's an alchemy formula. Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know what he was. There needs to be more of those. More of those fights. And they gave us a new Moonblade. It's unfortunately not as good as what we got, though. Yeah, and that's, I used to do the same thing. I used to ignore, like, I would, get what they gave me, but not go looking for more, and it seemed like a lot at first, but now that we're getting further into it, and, we've got a big bulk of it out of the way, it's easier to kind of absorb a little bit of it at a time.
I think I'm...
This place. No.
Heathen.
A witcher? Look awfully suspicious.
Got right cabbage last night.
I had to be honest, man. I was struggling at first. We would read like the first like 2 or 3 streams. It was like reading, 8+ books every stream, and it was like a lot to take in. But now it's getting quite a bit easier. What's over here? Oh, can I go down here now? We need to go to the shipwreck and get more cat gear.
Mark my words, I'll keep them. It's another night to fall.
It's been a minute since someone redeemed making me brush my beard. It needs it, though. It needs all the love it can get. Why does it seem like the space across this water is, like, a lot slower? Oh my gosh, dude. Wait, wait, hold on. Y'all are gonna... Dude, I'm gonna die to push-ups. I'm gonna die to them. Oh, it's gonna be so many. Dark Swole is still a little bit terrifying to me. The hell are you? Is that a griffin? Are you serious right now? Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, it's a basilisk. Okay, well, we know what we're dealing with. Alright, I'm getting rid of these little points real quick. Alright. What? Oh. Oh, I guess I never fought a basilisk. That was Ciri. Could have swore I did. Yeah, I think I got a long claw from one last time. I could have swore, dude, I could have swore I fought a basilisk. Oh well. Well, it's there now. Yeah, well... It might have been a Shrieker. I don't know. It's a Draconid, though. I should have assumed that. That would have been a pretty safe bet. Is there anything else on this island? I guess not. Mage's notes. Kian has enlisted with the Flying Stag as a guard of sorts. A hefty sack of Novigrad crowns convinced the captain to lodge me in his cabin. All is according to plan. I'm actually finding this expedition amusing. I'm glad I didn't contract the kidnapping out to some bulgy armed half-wit. I'll do it more gracefully myself. He's cautious. I won't be able to put him down with a casually placed poison apple. Guess I'll have to zonk him out with a spell and whisk him away via teleport. I just hope it won't plop us down somewhere in the middle of Temple Isle instead of my quarters below. The power pulsating from my laboratory tends to throw off a good portion of my attempts to teleport home. Very high level resistance to psionic spells, time needed for full penetration of his nervous system, a half an hour at least. A few more moments and the Witcher will be ready for transport. Now I just need to wipe our tracks, perhaps a little change in the weather. While waiting for more favorable atmospheric conditions, I looked through his things. Some very intriguing documents, a map of East Tyre, crafting diagrams of Elven provenance. Margin note, highly interesting sketch for a one-handed crossbow, most likely used to hunt draconids or orthosaurs. Must ask about this during interrogation. Confirms my theory that the Witchers of the Cat School use elven weapons, and wait for it. Professor Sigismund Gloger's notes. It's clear the Witcher had something to do with the famous professor's disappearance. Think I might have overdone it a bit with those Cumulonimbus. No point in tearing time to it back.